calls me Nikki, or Judd Nikki, according to the internet. And I am, I guess, the creative director of the Verses.
Yeah, amongst other things. Judd Nick the Mayor. I am Clarence Brewster, and I'm, co-producer of the Verses with my good friend here, Nikki, and by day I'm an event producer, and just all things experiential. I'm an experiential marketer. Well, I had an idea, you know what I mean? These things start like with a concept. I was like, look, I want to get people dancing. I want to get people moving and shaking. And Nikki, being the powerful mind that she is, she needed to see it in action a little bit. So we started jumping. She was there from jump with me. We were partying at Santos to set it off. And we were like, look, let's do these clashes. And we've seen instances of it, like Michael Jackson versus Stevie, kind of the more obvious ones. Right. And we were like, look, let's get in there and be creative and bring our friends together with something reverent that'll make people dance.
He called me and was like, I'm starting this night at Santos. I have an idea. It's called The Verses. I want to do this party where we pit two things against each other and I need you. And I was like, okay. I guess I went the first night and I saw, we did, what was it, Neptunes versus Timberland.
Shout outs to D-Funk. And
and we had like D-Funk host and like we had so much fun. Right. And then he was like, I want you to like do this.
The idea was always to branch out and work with the Jubilees on like Beyonce versus Rihanna and bring in Four Color Zach. Think people like that for Justin Timberlake versus The Dream. Just kind of branch out and do different things, and she is the brain and the person on the pulse that I need so that I could build those things out, and we work perfectly in tandem like that.
So he calls me and he goes, I have a proposal for you. This is gonna be great. This is awesome. We're gonna expand. He gets really excited every time he calls me. Every time he calls me, he's like, I'm excited, I'm excited. My investor has come to me with like this opportunity to do a party on a yacht. It fits like 1,000 people. So I think that we should do like 3 hours of the Verses, like all this stuff. And then he's like, what are gonna be the topics?
And she was like, 90s versus Naughts.
I was pacing around and I was just like, 90s versus Naughts.
I was like, what? It blew my mind. And then I had to call her.
And I was like, it's like nautical, and the OOs are called the Naughts. So 90s versus Naughts, and then we...
Brilliant.
We went through like 3 different
phases of getting it solid, and then we landed on Neptunes versus Timberland.
With Soul and Tara, which is the first hour.
And DJ Tara. Then we did 90s hip hop versus 90s dancehall, but that was last, and that was with DJ Moma and Stretch Armstrong. And in the middle, we did Bad Boy versus YMCMB versus So So Def. And that was with Young Guru and Mecca from Two Dope Boys.
Young Guru is one of my favorite DJs because he plays into the topic. So he was like, oh, in like this year, blah, 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 came to me with this song and it was Biggie's blah, blah, and it was this. So he was like giving history of the tracks as he was playing them. And I was like,
that was kind of like our 1-year marker, and that's when I think we really realized like we could take this from something we're doing and having fun with the cool kids to kind of another level. And like shout outs to like Leroy Ben Rose from Noisy Cricket and SOBs. They partnered with us on that, and we really brought that. And Combat Jack and Low Key also hosting.
Yeah, our hosts were pretty dope too.
It was really fun. It was really special.
The idea of the DJs behind the Verses is that I want you to be able to make the crowd dance. I'm not really specifically interested in what you want to play because obviously there's a topic, but I believe in the fact that you like the topic. Like I picked Jubilee for Rihanna because I was like, she loves Rihanna as much as I do. We talk about Rihanna all the time. I picked Julianne for Nicki Minaj and Weezy because Julianne literally put me on to Nicki Minaj.
Right.
And I know that she also loves and respects Weezy, and she's a writer, and she like knows, she's willing to do the research to play a really great Nicki Minaj freestyle. People come to the Verses to hear the deep cuts. They come to hear the stuff from this artist and album that they wouldn't hear when they go out. So that's why like even when we do a topic like Hov versus Drake, everyone was like, oh, well, I hear Jay-Z and Drake songs in the club all the time.
Not how we're gonna do it.
But I'm like, you don't hear like every song on Drake's album because they only play the radio hits. You don't hear like the deep cuts of old Jay-Z stuff because the DJ doesn't have time to play that. The DJs really are outfitted and picked to play things that I know that they will enjoy, whether it's because I know them personally or I know the music that they deal in, or I pick them because I really, really like the way they make people dance.
This year we've really expanded. We weren't sure we were gonna do that. It was like kind of like a basement jam at Santos, and we were content to keep it there, but it had some wings, and we ended up like straddling between Kinfolk 94 in Williamsburg and Tribeca Grand Hotel this year, and it's really been good. We've had like just a lot of the right people. We've had like from Zachary Quinto to Drake stylists to models to writers to my sister to my aunt. We've had it all in attendance, and it's really grown. So I think we're gonna try to find one place to call ourselves a home in 2015 and really grow and maybe take it to other markets, take the experience to other places.
I think the idea is to expand organically and keep it like a family, which it will always be, but like make that family just a little more diverse. It's family, like we grew up in this game together. Like this, us doing this together is a culmination of the years that we've been friends and the years that we've been doing events and the years that we've lived in New York nightlife. Yeah, it's just been nice. It's been nice to grow an organic New York party that is attended by all the people that we really, really love in New York, and then is also like in the spaces in New York that are new and quality and poppin', just poppin', like not.
So thank you, New York.
So yeah, I just thank you, New York.
Yeah. I'm Clarence.
I'm Nikki.
We are the Verses.
And look for our events on Last.fm.